ESO just announced its new plan for 2025, as well as a new way to access this new content, the Content Pass. So what is it, and how does it compare to the previous yearly chapter releases? I'm here to hopefully answer all of your questions. In previous years, we've been on a 4-quarter release schedule. Typically, that's a dungeon DLC in quarter 1, a full chapter release in quarter 2, a second dungeon DLC in quarter 3, and a smaller zone DLC release in quarter 4. But the last time we saw this was actually in 2022. In quarter 1, we got Ascending Tide, which had the Corollary and Shipwright's Regret dungeons. In quarter 2, we were introduced to High Isle. In quarter 3, we got Lost Depths with dungeons Earthenroot Enclave and Graven Deep. And then in quarter 4, we got the Fire Song DLC, which included Galen. Now, if you recall for 2022, we paid for the High Isle chapter separately, just like we did for Gold Road last year. It wasn't available with ESO Plus for an entire year. Fire Song, which included Galen, and the 2 dungeon DLCs were not included. Chapter upgrades typically cost about $40 to $50, and then the collector's version, which is the full game, new chapter, and all previous chapters, running about $80. An active ESO Plus subscription gave you access to all of them, but to own them, you'd need to spend 1,500 crowns for each of the DLCs, which runs about $15 US for each of the 3 yearly DLCs. The last 2 years have been a little different. We've still gotten a dungeon DLC in quarter 1 and a full chapter release in quarter 2, but quarters 3 and 4 have focused more on quality of life improvements, bug fixes, and feature releases, like Infinite Archive in 2023, and then in 2024, we got the new home tours, as well as a major change to Battlegrounds, 2 new companions, and more. So what about 2025? ZeniMax Online Studios, or ZOS, wants to change up their release schedule so they can continue to make improvements to the game, expand systems, give us more quality of life upgrades without a big rush to throw it all at us in the big chapter release. So we're transitioning. They're calling it a seasonal cadence. Now, I don't love the term seasonal, or pass for that matter. I think gamers have preconceived ideas surrounding those words. So for now, I'm going to ask you to focus less on the words and more what they're actually saying here. In 2025, we're going back to 2 dungeon DLCs, one in quarter 1, Fallen Banners, which has already been released, and another in quarter 3, Feast of Shadows. In quarter 2, we'll get part 1 of Seasons of the Worm Cult, taking us to the new zone of Solstice, which is an island off of Murkmire. We'll also get a new 12-person trial, Ossian Cage. We'll get part 2 of that story and the other half of Solstice in quarter 4. They're even giving us, for the first time ever, a live community event. Now, this is much more than previous community challenges we've seen. This is a live action battle where players will need to band together to tear down the Writhing Wall, the wall of souls separating Eastern and Western Solstice. Those without a Content Pass will still be able to help with this event, but only Content Pass holders will be able to do the bits taking place in Solstice. Okay, so what is this Content Pass? The Content Pass is similar to buying chapters in previous years, except this year you will own all of the new content. Seasons of the Worm Parts 1 and 2 and all that accompanies that, plus both dungeon DLCs, instead of needing to buy those separately for crowns. ESO Plus holders will still have access to both dungeon DLCs as before, but won't own them, meaning if their subscription lapses, they'll lose access to those 4 dungeons. They also won't have access to either half of Solstice, presumably until sometime in 2026, as we've seen in previous years. The Content Pass will cost $49.99 for those who already have all of the previous chapters. If you are missing content, you'll want the $79.99 version, which includes base game, all previous chapters, as well as all of the 2025 content. Note that this does not include previous dungeon DLCs or smaller zone DLCs. Those will still be available for crowns. Despite the word pass, this is not just 1 year of access to the content. You own it. It will never expire or be taken away. So again, for that $49.99 US price tag, you're getting the Fallen Banners Dungeon DLC featuring Exiled Redoubt and Lepsiclusa, which is already released, Seasons of the Worm Cult Part 1, which includes a new zone, story, and the trial, Ossian Cage, the Writhing Wall event, Feast of Shadows with 2 more dungeons, and Seasons of the Worm Cult Part 2, the finale of the story and the rest of the new zone Solstice. Plus, if you pre-order before May 7th, 2025, you'll get the Mages Guild Recall customized action. If you order the Content Pass before it releases in June, you'll get the Shelltide Beach Emote Pack, the 10-year anniversary Mud Crab Pet, and the 10-year Lion Guard Steed Mount. These will be available to you in-game as soon as you make your purchase. Plus, everyone who orders the Content Pass will get the Remnant of Meridia's Light Memento, the Golden Eagle Pet, and the Skulltooth Coastal Durzog Mount. You'll get these when Update 46 Seasons of the Worm Cult Part 1 comes out, which will be June 2nd for PC and June 18th for console. Keep in mind that I am not employed by Bethesda or ZeniMax Online Studios, but I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. So leave any questions in the comments and I'll do my best to respond. Or come see me on Twitch and ask me live. That's it for this time. I'll see you in the next one.